Another week, another platinum trophy. This week we have travelled back over to America, California specifically, to take in the sights of LA for the game Dead Island 2. I just want to say a huge thank you to Player for the code for this game as well. Be warned, there will of course be spoilers. Trophy wise for Dead Island 2 we are looking at 32 bronze, 10 silver, 3 gold and of course the platinum trophy itself. I changed my mind on what I should do several times during my playthrough, but what I eventually settled on was to finish the game as you can still wander the world. Also, the side missions are still available to you at the end of the game. While playing through, I tried to do as many miscellaneous trophies as I could, but also work on some of the challenge trophies for later on. Challenges specifically weren't too bad, but some of them were a little bit annoying. More on that later. After completing the story, I would focus on getting all the side missions done and then all the side missions. The last thing I would do is 2 trophies tied to co-op, technically 3, but again, more on that later. And before we get into this video, pressing both like and subscribe helps me out a lot. We start our platinum trophy journey off with the trophy Welcome to LA. You get this trophy for surviving a plane crash, getting bitten and then creating your first zombie free zone. After slaying zombies left, right and centre, we slay 25 in total for the trophy Coup de Grace. We are now already in our second area and this time we have to fight our way through a hotel called Halperin, I believe that's how you pronounce it anyway, to make contact with the authorities. Once doing so, we receive the trophy Hotel California. We chop away at some more zombies, making sure we maim their limbs in the process. A trophy pops up and it turns out we have now maimed 100 limbs, which gives us the trophy Break a Leg. We have 2 choices in terms of dodging zombie attacks. We can either go with a straight block or the option which I chose, which was to completely dodge out of the way. After performing 25 perfect defensive moves, we get the trophy I Got a Zombie Army and You Can't Harm Me. Some more zombie slaying later and we ended up slaying another 100 zombies, but this time using static effects. This can either be caustic, fire or shock damage. For this we get the trophy Hazardous Materials. There are zombies in the game known as Apex variants, basically tougher zombies of ones that we have already defeated. After slaying 10 of these Apex variants, we receive the trophy Apex Predator. Continuing on with the story, the assistant of the famous Emma Jones, who we met at the beginning of the game, has decided to wander off through LA. Now you may be thinking, why has Michael gone and done this? Well, he wanted to prove to Emma that he was capable, I guess, and also wanted to retrieve an award that she won. Well, for tracking him down and rescuing him from the terror at Monarch Studios, we received the trophy Personal Assistant Personally Assisted. Sam has found out that there are a stash of guns nearby. After joining forces with him and taking down some tough zombies, we get the trophy Get Good. We have now entered a new area and once getting to the safe house, we receive the trophy Friends Like These. Throughout the map there are many journals that you can pick up, most of which are people's experiences while the outbreak is happening. Some are audio logs as well of people turning into zombies. For collecting a total of 50, we get the trophy Bookworm. The next trophy took me a while as it's all about precision. We need to throw a melee weapon and hit a zombie at over 35 meters away. After a couple of attempts I finally reached, giving us the trophy Dunk. Due to some transformation that happened slightly earlier on while making our way to the current area, we are now able to transform momentarily into a zombie to do some crazy damage. This is called Fury. For slaying a total of 50 zombies with Fury attacks, we achieved the trophy Anger Management. Our main goal of the story at the moment is to reach Dr. Reed at the Serling Hotel. After surviving all of the many perils of Venice Beach, we finally reached the Serling Hotel to get the trophy Dr. Reed, I presume. As in many games, there are weapon rarities. I received and fully upgraded a superior weapon and customized it with a mod and perk in every slot to receive the trophy This Is My Weapon. We then collected a total of 30 skill cards for the trophy Stacking the Deck. We next come up against a killer clown, and this is a type of zombie that is one of the worst that I have come up against so far. It can easily become immune to anything that you send its way by putting its blade-like arms up. This fight took me more than one attempt, and that's for sure. After slaying the killer clown though and getting the blood sample back to Dr. Reed, we received the trophy But Doctor, I Am Butcher. I decided to take a break from the main mission as there were a couple of side missions that I wanted to do. After making light work of those side missions, I had completed 10 in total for the trophy Making Your Mark. Our next trophy involves skill cards again. We have finally collected our first Newman skill card, which gives us the trophy Human Distilled. So quick spoiler warning here in regards to the story, it turns out that Dr. Reed is the reason for the outbreak. He caused the outbreak in Los Angeles to carry out experiments to save the rest of the world. An immune human is known as a Newman. For learning the truth about what we are, we received the trophy, Can't Handle the Truth. We next have to convince a survivor named Patton to fly us out of Halle. Thankfully, he is a huge fan of Emma Jaunt, and it was just his luck that we know Emma. After convincing him to fly us out, we get the trophy like riding a bike. While we are slaying zombies like there is no tomorrow, I managed to defeat every type of zombie. This means that all the zombies are marked in the Zompedia, which also means we achieved the trophy Zombologist. Trying to make our way to the helicopter at Hollywood Boulevard, we had to survive the metro system. Now this place was difficult, it had cramped spaces with a lot of zombies. After making our way through and somehow surviving, we received the trophy A Pattern Emerges. We are now about to reach the end of the story, but while on a mission, I ended up completing a total of 5 blueprint challenges, which gave me the trophy Perks of the Job. It's final boss fight time, and after several failed attempts, I finally managed to defeat the big boss for the trophy Our True Nature. At the same time as well, we received our first legendary weapon for the trophy Ooh Shiny. Now that the main story is done, it is time to clear up everything else. I decided to go with a quick and easy trophy first. There is a tier of autophage infection when equipping skill cards. Basically, when I transform into Fury mode, I get more skills. By reaching the highest tier of the autophage infection, I received the trophy Down with the Sickness. The next one I got randomly while slaying zombies. I slayed a mutator before it had the chance to transform. There are zombies that you encounter that can transform into more powerful ones. While I had not seen this happen, I thankfully managed to slay one for the trophy Not Even My Final Form. Another challenge based trophy now, and this one was based on our weapons. I had 2 challenges left to do within this. The first was to get 50 kills using a shotgun, and the other was getting 50 kills with a handgun. The only difficult part of these 2 challenges were getting the bullets that I needed, but I quickly got this done, and for my hard work, got the trophy Variety is the Spice of Death. Back to the side missions now. I continued with our internet star Amanda's clickbait quests. After finishing all those up, we received the trophy Internet Famous. I then also continued to help Sarah and Sebastian for the trophy Make It So. Not all side missions have trophies though attached to them, and because of this, when completing a total of 20 side missions, we received the trophy Rising Star. Of course, another side mission now, and this time we help reunite all the VC LA Bobcats for the trophy Go Bobcats. And now it's time for somewhat of a grind. We have already completed the weapon challenges, but of course there are more. These challenges can be done at any time, and the large majority of these you will pick up through your playthrough. Thankfully for these trophies, you only need to complete the first tier. For our first one, I focused on getting the combat challenges done. There were only 2 left that I had to do. The first was to jump kick 3 enemies at once. This was simple enough. I just ran around, which caused the zombies to bunch up, and then I jump kicked them, knocking them over. The other one, however, wasn't as easy. I had to use a shuriken to maim 3 zombies at the same time. This took me roughly 20 minutes due to how long it took for the cooldown to finish. Eventually, I found an area where I could make zombies go through, which gave me easier access. I aimed for their legs as well. Eventually, after the right one, I finally got it done and also got the trophy Zombicidal Maniac? Zombicidal Maniac. Yeah. The next challenge focused on the zombies themselves. With this one, I also only had 2 challenges left, but this was a lot simpler. I just had to defeat those 2 zombies a total of 10 times. After searching the hotspots and defeating the enemies, I quickly finished this up for the trophy On Safari. Just quickly back to the side missions. This one I had done all of it previously. I just had to go and see the finished work, and it was definitely the grisliest piece of art that I have seen. After visiting the sculpture, I received the trophy Gore Horse. Our second to last challenge was the Exploration Challenge. Thankfully, the challenge I needed to do for this was tied to another trophy. I just had to unlock 5 lockboxes. After doing the first 5, I received the Exploration Challenge for the trophy called Smorgasbord. Such a weird name. I then continued unlocking more lockboxes, and 5 more later I received the trophy jumbo keyring for unlocking a total of 10. No more than a minute later, I slayed a few zombies and achieved level 30 for the trophy Max Headroom. Our final 3 single player based trophies all revolve around missions. First up is the side missions. I completed 40 of them in total for the trophy LA Influential. The next 2 were a bit more tricky as you had to follow clues. I went and found 9 lost and found missing Persian missions for the trophy Sole Survivor. I then completed 5 lost and found weapon missions for the trophy Sharpest Tool in the Box. We now move on to our final 3 trophies for, of course, the Platinum Trophy. The first one I work on is the final challenge, which of course is the Survivor Challenge. We have 2 challenges left within this, but the one I will be focusing on first is getting 1 million in cash. From finishing the game, finishing all the quests, I accumulated 600,000 and I currently had 300,000 on me. So what I did was I went to every trader, bought all of the weapons that they had and then sold it back to them. I was making a huge loss on this, but it got me closer to that 1 million mark. After visiting everyone and also slaying a few zombies, picking up some weapon drops, I eventually reached that 1 million mark. Now the second challenge that I needed to do was revive another player. Also, reviving another player is part of a separate trophy as well. As I was a solo player, this was the worst trophy to do. After several hours of going into games and having people either kick you or them just staying in their menus, I finally found someone who needed reviving. After reviving them, I got the trophy Survival Skills for completing the Survivor Challenge. Now all I had to do was complete 5 co-op quests and also revive another 4 people. It took me until the next day to finally get 5 co-op quests completed, and for doing so I received the trophy Slayer Squad. Now I just needed to revive a Slayer 4 more times. 2 of these times I got a tough zombie to fight somebody's game that I joined. I watched them go down and revive them, watched them go down again, revive them again, and then I watched them leave the game. Then as karma, it took me another several hours to get the 2 final revives done. I eventually messaged somebody asking them to go down so I can revive them, and it turns out they actually agreed, which I am so forever thankful for. And of course, with this I got the trophy I Am Resurrection, and then the Platinum Trophy itself, Who Do You Voodoo. Despite not playing the original Dead Island when it was released, Dead Island 2 was a great game to be introduced into the world of Dead Island. I had no issues with the game at all in terms of performance, and it ran smoothly throughout my time playing, and this was on the PS5 as well, of course. There are a couple of quality life updates that I would like to see, but these are minor things that don't really affect gameplay at all. I would like to see a change to how the waypoint system works and placing your own. At times I just wasn't allowed to place down my own waypoint and I had to keep going back to the map, which was just a pain. I don't like doing that. I would also like to lock weapons as well in my inventory so they don't show up in the trader menu. Although I never sold any weapons that I actually used throughout my playthrough, the constant fear that I accidentally did sell one was just way too much for me. But that's again just a personal thing. If you are considering getting this game, I would highly recommend it. It's just a fun time just slaying zombies. If you enjoyed this video, again please go ahead and press like and subscribe, and if you're looking on the screen now, you should see some on-screen cards for a playlist of my previous platinum hunting videos, and also just a random video that YouTube feels like it might be best for you.